Look, you did it.
Did I do it?
You did it.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Oh, man, I'm glad you got your iPhone working, dude. You're freaking me out all day.
Me too.
How's the new phone?
So far it's pretty good. I had to make a new account because I'm still trying to figure out my password. So.
Well, you already sound 10 times better than
before, right?
The day before. So progress, brother.
We're getting there. Yep.
Sorry, guys. I got crazy ADD. So anything pops the window, I'm like a little dog. Whoop! I go. All right, bud. So yeah, I don't know if you're in here, and I just said that we just been chatting daily, just
pretty much. Yep.
Every day chat. You remember a little something, then you just go off it. So me and you got up to questions. I also took a little questions from them, asked them throughout the day if they had any questions you want to answer. So there's a few of those in there too. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so guys, what we're going to cover first that needs to be covered. I know that Jimmy keeps calling Josh a pedophile and all this. So before I went any further, I would have asked Josh what this even stemmed from, what he's talking about. If Jimmy was just going on another one of his rants that he didn't. So, Josh, I'll let you explain what happens, then they get a better understanding of what's going on.
Okay, what happened? I sent him my phone and my watch, and I was talking to somebody online, like people do, and I mean, we were talking back and forth, chatting for a couple days, and then we sent pictures. Okay, well, then they sent me a picture, and they sent me I sent them my face picture. Then they sent me their face picture and said that they were 16 years old. So right then, I just stopped and I deleted everything, and I didn't talk to them anymore. And I deleted it from the phone, but I did not know it stayed on my watch. Right. And he found it on the watch, and that's what he kept saying the whole time. It was pedophile, so he kept saying that. So that's where that stems from. I mean, it was just that one-time thing, but then as soon as I found out how old they were, then it deleted right then. That was it. There was nothing. He's making this big old grand everything, and there's nothing.
Right. So daily, basically, he's going in daily calling you a pedophile off of someone saying that they were of age to speak to you. And then when you found out they weren't, you immediately stopped talking to them, delete them, as you should, correct?
Yes, I did. Yes, I deleted it, and that was it. But I deleted it from the phone, but I didn't know it stayed on the watch. I thought when you delete it from the phone,
Apple Watch it'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it stayed on there. So yeah, that's where that stemmed from. I mean, I know he's grasping at straws for stuff. So
yeah, and everyone's been asking. I just wanted to clarify. I mean, that happens, and if you continue the conversation, then maybe it could have been an issue. But you stopped it.
Yeah, if it kept going, like some things, if they kept going, I could see that. But yeah, once I found that, we just shut that down. That was it. So,
right.
And that was it, and then moved on.
That clears that up. We're on. We're moving forward, guys. Okay. I thought this was pretty funny. You had said, I don't know, probably when I first started talking, that you talked about Jimmy wanting you to sign something. What did he want you to sign, and what did it entail?
Back in 2017, when we were talking for a while, he sent me an Instagram, and it was this non-disclosure agreement that listed all these things that I wouldn't talk about anything. I wouldn't talk about him, how he got his money, pretty much everything about what happened. And I had to sign that. And if I was to do that, then if I signed it and then went against it, then he would take me to court and sue me. And I mean, I never did sign it because I thought it was stupid. And I told him it was stupid. I said, nobody in their right mind does that. Then when I got up to Pennsylvania, and then excuse me, then he was like, I need to sign a non-disclosure agreement not to discuss anything that happened while we were in the house with his business or what was happening or anything. I didn't sign that one either.
So he's obviously not a massive channel or anything, but did he explain like what he was worried about you talking about that was so secure that he was afraid to get out?
Pretty much everything. It was the way the business was run, or the supposed business was run. What happened in the day-to-day business life and all that. I mean, it's really nothing that everybody doesn't already know. So, I mean, everybody pretty much has surmised what's going on. So,
just another classic Jimmy Little legend in his own mind.
Oh yeah.
we also this was pretty good too. You we were talking about how you said it was funny that now Jimmy's pushing for Kate to go get a job now, and you said this had actually happened in the past. And,
yes.
What did you say? Why this isn't going to work? Because what did he do last time that this happened?
I got there and I had that one job when I was there, and the job Walmart, and then we needed some more money, so he told me I need to go get another job. So I went and got another part-time job, and then after I had that part-time job, he's like, "We need to get another part-time job." So I said, "Fine." I mean, we argued for a while, and I finally said, "Fine," because it doesn't do no good to argue with him. So I did that. So then he got mad one day and told Kate, he's like, you need to go get a job. So like, okay. So she was looking online, doing the resumes. So that was like on a Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. So then on a Sunday, he's like, oh no. He's like, no, I changed my mind. She can't go and get a job because she needs to be here with me and take care of me because I can't be by myself. So that would happen. And a couple weeks later, you get mad and then say, well, she needs a job. She don't get a job. So she do it. No, can't do that. She's got to stay here because I need her here with me. I'm like, so I know that's not going to happen, but I'm just trying to figure out what's in Idaho is what I'm trying to figure out.
Didn't you say something else about her working, that he said something about guys or something?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part. Yeah. Well, she used to have a job before they moved in there. She had a job at Home Depot. And every time she would try to get a job or want to go get a job, he would tell her no because he would tell her what guys were like and what they would do. And she would just try and be a flirt and to get what she wanted. And so that's why he said he wasn't going to let her work. That's another reason he didn't want to let her work is because he knew how guys operated and he wasn't going to put her in that environment.
So basically, he's afraid that these men at Home Depot are going to steal her.
So somebody's going to take her away. I think that was one of the things that if she goes to working where some guy's going to think she's so beautiful and want to take her away. So
now, do you think that also had anything to do with maybe he's just saying that to you, but also maybe he's also just a little nervous to have her away in case maybe she wants to, go back home
in case she wanted to get. I mean, I know she wouldn't because he's pretty much told her that whole time not to go back home. But yeah, I think that was another thing that she got the chance that she would leave. I mean, she had plenty of chances to leave. We would sit there constantly and say, "There's the door. If you want to leave, there's the door." But
that's kind of more like a mind tactic. I don't think that's really. I think if anyone probably got up to actually leave there, he wouldn't allow it. I think that was him more assertive dominance.
Probably not. Yeah, I tried once. It didn't work. There's that same way. I tried to do that and it didn't work. So
you tried to leave, or you tried to tell them there's the door?
No, I tried to leave, but it didn't work.
What happened? What happened?
We got in a fight about something. I said, well, I'll just leave. So I went walking to the door. So he goes around the kitchen table and blocks the door, so I can't get out the door. And we said, he's like, no, you can't go there. And it's like, well, I'm like, move. No, I'm not moving because you're not going nowhere. So it was about like a 5-minute little back and forth. Sometimes it was crazy. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. This is awesome, good, because everyone kept asking about. I think it was a guy in Scotland, but noticed lately that Jimmy is buying likes. We noticed one video had like 12,000 or something, whatever. But a big increase in likes on TikTok. And then me and you were talking about it, and you told me you have a little background of how this works and him buying likes and how it may work.
Yeah, everybody saw the numbers going up and they knew something was going on. There was somebody that was in Scott. I don't think they're together anymore because I think that was one of the ones he's talking about. But there's somebody that he would call and tell them because they would buy the likes and they would call and he would say he's going on wherever he's going on to and how many do you want? And he would tell him, and then he would tell him either how many he wanted or like to pump them throughout or anything. And that's where it came from constantly. So that's why you saw the numbers going up. It would wait for a minute, and all of a sudden it would boost up with all these lots of followers.
And was he open about this when you lived there on that he's buying the likes, or did he try to always play this big macho man that all these people were liking it? How did he portray it in the house?
Oh no! Oh, I heard it because I was there. Because I would just talk because he'd have to go on speakerphone, and he would always talk about what was going on. Because because I was there most of the time when he would go on live, and that's what he'd do. He would call him and say he's going on, or he's getting ready to go on YouTube or Periscope, and just go ahead and start putting stuff in there. And
now we're gonna get later into a little more money situation, but with those likes that he's buying, was that something that you would buy, or how did that work? Like, how was the money allocated?
I don't know. They had done that. That had happened long before I got there, so I don't know how they had that set up. I was never involved in that one, so I don't know how that came about. But
okay.
I knew that was from before I had gotten there. They were doing that as well. So
okay, let's dive back into the crazy Jimmy jealousy. You told me this is probably one of my favorites. You told me that Jimmy saw Kate like another girl's picture. What was it on, like Twitter or Instagram?
It was either Instagram or I don't remember. It was either Instagram. I know it was either Instagram or Twitter. I can't remember which one it was.
And tell me the conversation that arose because she liked another girl's picture on social media.
Yes, everybody's gonna love this one. Yes, she saw some, which I have to admit that the girl was rather attractive wherever it was. But Kate mentioned a comment about the girl's the way she looked, her hair, or I don't remember what it was. It was something like that. And then Jimmy looks at her. He's like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Yeah." She's very attractive. Well, if you start looking like that, and because you cannot look at other people of the same sex at their photos and think they're attractive, because that would make you gay.
He's always seems to be pushing this strong narrative about people being gay or gay.
I think so. Yeah, I think it seems to be all of a sudden. Yeah.
I mean, it was just not even 2 weeks ago that if you were one of those haters, then you were gay towards him. You liked him.
Oh yeah. Everybody seems to be.
Oh my, that's just wild. So then, did he ever? We noticed. I was talking to you about last week that he was saying that he was monogamous and that he only believed in having one girlfriend, one wife. But when you lived with him, what did he discuss about that? Was definitely not that. What did he want with him?
No, they wanted to. He would always joke around everything about getting somebody else. Had to be another girl though. It couldn't be a guy because that would just be too weird. It had to be another girl, and was always trying to push on that. He would do it like he was playing around, being playful, but you could tell it wasn't. He was being semi-serious, and it was just like. I don't know, because it was a constant little thing like that. Like they said before, like you said in the scopes and YouTube before about that. But now, who knows? They changed again today, so I think they change every day. So
yeah, there's a lot of back and forth and everything. What was Kate's response during this? How did she approach it?
She didn't ever say anything. She hardly ever said anything. She's like she is on screen to hardly say anything or say about it.
And do you think that's out of fear? Sorry, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, well, she did try to say something, give her opinion or something, like we talked about on that one video where she was talking about, I think it was you I was talking to, about the egg donation. I think it was just, I can't remember who I was talking. I was talking to somebody about it, and she gave her opinion, and he pretty much shot it down, telling her that she just lied to everybody, and how could she say that because she was lying, and it was like that was her opinion. But her opinion didn't go with his opinion, so she's lying. Because if you don't agree with his opinion, then you're lying. So,
I mean, yeah, and there's plenty of videos where she's even saying something that's completely just
she's giving her opinion. Yeah, she's giving her opinion. I mean, but it's not his opinion. So,
yeah, and I imagine that she's also just very quiet because she's probably terrified to say the wrong thing because we've all seen what can happen with it. This is just my personal question. I just came up with. I haven't even talked about this because I've been noticing it lately. It seems that he goes from being he doesn't believe in God, no religion, doesn't want Kate to believe in God. That's part of the past. All these little things, but then the next day, I'm praying for you people. I guess I just have to ask God.
I know, right?
When you lived with him, was he pushing Kate to not be religious or? How did that go down? What was
it was the same way. I mean, it was because she was religious when she was at home, and he was living there with them at home. They did go to church and all of that, and then they moved out, and he pretty much told her what the church was and what it was about, and it was just wrong. And he's an atheist now, and he doesn't believe in God anymore. She can believe if she wants to, but he doesn't know how. And then we're never gonna go to church. Then a couple weeks later, it's like, well, Kate needs to go to church. So they would talk about it. Then it'd be, no, we're not going to church. So it was just the back and forth. I mean, you never know. You know how he changes so much. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's now I guess well, since he blamed the church now today on that, I saw that today where he blamed the church.
Here's what I don't understand with today. Like, he's mad at the church, the bed bugs and whatnot. But when these places like churches and whatnot, I worked with a few in town. They give you a few nights, and then you have to go find your own. They don't. He just expected them to constantly supply this hotel room.
I think so, yeah.
For the duration until he didn't need it. They didn't tell him that other people needed more. No, it's just other people's time to use.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, there is other people with all this virus and everything going on. There are people that are less fortunate than they are. He could go, and I'm sorry, but him saying he can't find anything, there are tons of places around that are hiring everywhere. He just doesn't want to do anything. That's the problem. He's so darn lazy. He doesn't want to do anything.
And I don't even want to hear the whole I'm looking for a job all day. If you're looking for a job all day, you wouldn't be moving to Idaho or trying to get out as fast as you can. What are you looking for a job for?
Yeah. What are you looking? I mean, but there is everything is hired around here. But yes, but there is a lot of people that are out of work, but I know tons of places are hiring. You just have to go if you want to do it. But
yeah, man. It's all just mind blowing. Everyone's asking about this. All right, we got to get into this. It's a big question everywhere, Josh.
Okay.
I was talking to Molly earlier, and they just want answers about. He often said that he didn't buy a lot of things, but there was that time with all the Amazon boxes on the ground. There was the time where he was on camera saying that you bought him a $250 jacket, and you could do that because you're his friend. So, well, first of all, what were all the boxes? That was for
a lot of stuff we did order. We had for the house. There was a lot of stuff we had ordered. Right, a couple weeks after I got there, it was stuff that we needed. It was like cooking stuff. Let's see what else. There was the cooking utensils. We ordered the security camera.
Hold on, let me stop real quick. Sorry,
all right.
But all those things is that did you buy them, or where's all this money coming from for all that's expensive things you're naming right now? Those are not cheap items.
It was in the account that we had. But what we would do is we would sit down and we would all talk about it before we purchased anything. It wasn't just he would just go ahead and buy it without anything. We would sit down and talk about what we needed and what we didn't need. Because there was some stuff he wanted to get, and I told him, I said no. Because either we couldn't afford it or we didn't need it. So I mean, it wasn't just like everybody thought, just like here's the money, go buy what you want kind of thing. I mean, we did sit down and discuss everything.
But during this time, during this time, you're basically, you say you're all are on the account, but basically all that money is coming from you. Besides maybe a few $100 a month, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know where he was. He was getting some money from somewhere, but I don't know where. But yeah, most of it was my paycheck from Walmart. Yeah.
Okay, and we have a few more questions people asked about the money and stuff. Is that okay to keep going about that?
That's fine. I okay. Look, he's already burned his bridges, so he's out. So I don't really care. And from what I heard last night in the scope, his scope from last night that I heard this morning, I don't really care. I'm gonna say whatever. I don't even care anymore.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I think it's better for you. I mean, just getting that and healing stuff, getting all this stuff out helps anyway.
Well, it's gonna be lies anyway. He's gonna come back and say I'm lying about everything. So like he did after the scope I did the other night. He's gonna come back and make up stories.
The difference is you have a whole community support behind you.
I know, right? Yeah.
He doesn't have much behind him, so I mean,
not too much.
I'm going to be standing in the line you're in right now. But he did say that you spent $70,000 in him, aka a Corvette. Is he throwing numbers out of his ass there, or
no? Yes and no. I have credit card debt. I've had credit card debt since I was.
We all do, brother. Yes.
18. Since I got my first credit card. I mean, but I was in debt, and then I went into more debt when I started getting in with him. I chose to do that. That was all on me. I chose to do it. But by the final total was like right now it's about 35,000 that I owe, and I'm figuring out what to do because Mr. Genius, I mean, because I would always pay what I mean. That's why I didn't have hard anything because I would pay a little bit at a time. And before I moved up there, he's like, "Well, just don't pay the cards. Just don't pay them at all." And I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Just don't pay them." I'm like, "I can't do that." No, you can pay them. They can't get you. So I said, "All right." So I mean, but I called most of them, and I didn't pay them. I just quit paying everybody. And that's what I'm going through now, trying to figure everything out. But it was crazy to me because I did all that, and then he was promising me when I got up there, we would just put all of them together and pay all the cards off and pay everything off together. And that would be the one day. And then the next time, would be, well, I'm not paying it. You're going to do it. I shouldn't have to pay it. Then it'd be like, well, I'm going to pay it. So, he just keeps you guessing. He tries to get you so confused you don't know what end is up.
Right. Are you saying you owe $35,000 now after, or
what? Now that was then. Let's see, it was 35, so 40. Right now, with everything where it's at, it's about 50,000 in total for everything, all the credit cards I have and everything.
So my question then would be, why did you allow him, while you're sitting in the room with him, to say that you owed $70,000? Was it like, I don't understand why he would say those numbers.
He was always saying that I really don't know because I never did ask because I didn't even really know what the amount was. I went with it because I really had no idea. I just kind of put it out of the back of my head because I had no clue what the amount was, the total amount was.
Okay, let's get off money for a minute. I don't even like talking about money. This is a good one. Did Kate ever confide in you about like missing her family, being afraid or scared of Jimmy or anything like that? Did you guys ever have your own separate conversations, or was he too, sucker fish to you guys that you couldn't talk alone? Or how did that ever work?
We had a few conversations where he pretty much we're forced to talk because he would get mad because he'd get mad at one or the other of us or both of us, and then he'd be in the other room by himself. So we'd be in there talking because he's like, well, you need to talk, either telling her or me, well, you need to talk and straighten them out, find out what's going on. And I don't think he liked the fact that me and her did get along because we were talking for a while because we bonded on some stuff. And I don't think he liked that too much. And I mean, it wasn't anything really that thrilling. It was like TV shows and stuff like that. So it wasn't anything really exciting. But, oh yeah, she would sit there and she would tell me sometimes. She would talk about her family sometimes. I mean, she wouldn't go into detail, but she would just say how bad they were. And I mean, and because like I say, I don't know. I never knew any of them or anything, so I can't speak to how it was. But she would say how bad they were and what had happened, and everything was just so bad at home. And then she was glad he got her out of there. And sometimes she would miss him, sometimes she wouldn't. So it was just kind of I don't know. He told her so much I don't even know. But I mean, the one time I talked, yeah, well, I'm gonna tell her because nobody knows. I talked to her mother one time on the phone.
You did yourself?
I did. Well, it was not my choice. This was a couple weeks before. This was a couple weeks before I left. We were sitting there because we were trying to find out how to. We were trying to move. We were going to want to move. So he's trying to figure out how to get everybody on the same page so they wouldn't follow us and all that. So he's like, we'll have a dinner and have her family and have his the one that was giving him money, have them come, him and his wife come to dinner. So, okay. So then he's like, well, no, we want to do that because they wouldn't get along. So he's like, well, we'll have your mom come. She's like, well, I don't want that. He's like, well, Josh, why don't you call and talk to her mom? I'm like, huh? Yeah, you call and talk to her. I said, fine. So I called. I mean, I had her on the speakerphone because he wanted everything on the speakerphone. And she just seemed really nice to me. I mean, I don't know what their thing was. I mean, I have no idea, but I mean, we talked for about 10 minutes. We talked, and she was sitting there, and we were talking about things and everything. And I mean, she seemed really genuine and nice to me. I mean, I don't know what their thing was. I mean, he was the one that would throw the temper tantrum when she would come. She came to the door a couple times.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's her baby. She was what, 17, 18 years old? 19?
19. Yeah, 19. Yeah.
I mean,
she just turned 20.
I can only imagine how they feel with
But I mean, she seemed nice to me. I mean, I don't, from what I heard and talked to, I don't know. But yeah, he was the one that would always instigate when she came to the door a couple times. And her grandmother came to the door one time to try and talk to her.
And he's not even allowing her out of the door to speak to them?
The one time from what I heard, I was at work, so I don't know, but from what I heard when I got home, they came over and he had them in, they invited them in for lunch, and they came in, had lunch, and then they were leaving, and she handed them a letter, and that was it. And then a few minutes later, she gets she either comes back or gets the phone call. I don't remember. That she told him everything about everything, and the last line of the letter was she pretty much told him to fuck off. So that I think that was the end part. So that was, I said okay then. So, but then she came back her grandmother came back one time while I was there. Like I think it was like on a Sunday, and was knocking on the door, and we were all sitting in the living room, and he wouldn't let her go to the door. He's like, "No, you don't need to go. Don't go to the door. You don't need to go." And she was talking, yelling. He's like, "Well, we'll just call the police because we can all yell louder than you can." And yeah, it was just. I mean, and you could tell she was upset. I mean, but she never went to the door. I mean, she told her everything was fine, and she didn't want to talk to anybody. So, I mean, that was.
I mean, imagine that emotional pull.
I mean, what can you do? I mean, you're an adult. What can you do? So.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure there's an emotional pull. She wants to talk to her family. She's also terrified. She doesn't want to have something horrible happen to her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I have no idea. I mean, I know what he said and everything, but I mean, I have no idea what had happened. I mean, and see, and it's like everybody else. They took him in and everything and did everything, and it was just like I don't know. It's like everybody seems to do everything becomes ungrateful, just like the church and all that was doing everything. I mean, I don't know. So I feel sorry for whoever these people are in Idaho that they're going to. They'll be the next ones. Watch out.
Well, I mean, as soon as you stop giving and giving and giving, you're either a criminal, a pedophile, or a murderer or a scammer.
Oh, I would have still been giving if we didn't have that darn blow up. I mean, that was his decision. He did that on the last time because I would have still been giving.
Kind of following off the Kate and the leaving and stuff. Was she allowed to leave alone? Like, if say she wanted to say like I'm running to the store, was she allowed to do that?
Not when I was there. I mean, I don't know what they did when I went there, but no, most of the time she wouldn't go anywhere. He didn't want to go anywhere either. He was scared to go out. He didn't want to go out because everybody was out to get him, and apparently there's people driving around waiting for him to go outside. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't see that every time I go to work, come home, I don't see anybody. But he never wanted to go out anywhere, never wanted to go out and do anything. And then towards the end, then we started going out, and it's like on the videos now when you go out, oh well, it's fine and nice out here. I mean, I always just because he's like everybody's out to get him, and they're gonna get you, and that's what he kept trying to tell her. Like you go out, then somebody's gonna get you, and so I'm like, I don't know.
Did you say something about white vans? Isn't he terrified of white vans?
Oh yes, I'm sure people remember that back from a few years ago. He would see those white vans in the car and start freaking out.
That's what my mom used to tell me when I was a little kid, that they would try to give you candy in white vans.
I'm sure some of the people in here remember that. Remember those white vans that we saw all the time. It was a constant. Every time you saw a white van, then.
That's so funny. Speaking of white vans, do you know how the white van that he had was purchased?
As far as I know, they bought it in Florida. That's all he told me. So they bought it when they were in. Was it Florida or I'm sorry, California. Was it Florida or California? I don't know. One of the two. They bought it. That's all they told me.
Okay, and then also with the cars that they sold to viewers, what did they do with that money? They just throw that towards the rent and everything?
Yeah, that went towards the rent and food and stuff like that. Yeah, it went towards the household stuff.
This was a big question too. Are you still getting his mail? Is his mail still being delivered to you?
No.
What'd you say?
No, it's not.
Oh, you don't get any of the goodies anymore. All the late bills and all the $4,000 phone bills. Don't
no, that was up there. We had up there. That was because they had a PO box. We had a PO box up there, and so all the mail went to the PO box.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, someone wanted to know. Did Jimmy ever send you any provocative pictures or anything along those lines towards you, or did he keep it all professional and friendship?
Yeah, no, he never sent me anything. No,
Nothing like that.
no, he never did that. No.
Okay. This is I don't know if you've seen any of. I believe her name, guys. You can help me. Is her name Maggie, the attorney? Is that her name? That was doing the scopes and talking about the. She had a friend that grew up, Maggie. Is that you? Is that you, Maggie Slate? Is that you? Yay! I don't know if you want to talk to her. She had something very interesting to say. You guys should connect us. She was talking about how basically everyone, you should listen to this too. You don't have anything to be afraid of when he's threatening all these things against you. She said basically that's not really an issue, but what is an issue now is that Jimmy is going around and wishing death upon people and threatening their lives and saying he wants them dead and all these things. And Josh, he's saying that a lot about you. That he doesn't want you breathing anymore and all these.
Yeah,
things.
I've heard those a few times. Yep.
So I don't know if she can maybe help and give you some advice, but I think it's something that you need to look into, because I mean, I think you need to get the police involved or something, because he can't continue to keep doing things like that towards you, and you just can't keep letting. I'm not trying to tell you what to do by any means, brother. You know that.
Yeah.
But
I've heard all the stuff he's been saying. I've heard all the. So I heard what he said last night and some of the stuff he's been saying. So.
Yeah, but wishing death on you and stuff. I mean, there's plenty of video evidence. If I were you, I would get a hold of the police and file a report or something, just so it's documented that this doesn't go unnoticed before, let's say, heaven forbid, something crazy happens down the line. But it needs to be documented. Most of it's coming your way. So I don't know if you can reach out to her on here or just, have a chat. But I think you need to pursue something that so it doesn't just continue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah, something like that. And a lot of people are just basically concerned about you, man. Is there anything that they can do to help you or anything like that?
No, just continue being there. I mean, I'm doing a lot better now. So it's just nice to know that there's a lot of people out there. I mean, I should have listened to them a few years ago, and I didn't. I don't know why I didn't want to listen to them a few years ago when they were saying that. I think it was just the thing of everybody was ganging up, and I just wanted to be different, wanted to be right. And like I said, it still would have been going well if he wouldn't have made that comment. That's what everything turned around for me, was when he made that rape comment. That's when everything turned around for me, and the light bulb went off.
I think it's hard. Like you say that is the comment that sent it over the edge. But how much have you went back and watched the videos where he's speaking about you while you're in the room and stuff? Have you gone back and watched those?
I haven't. No, I haven't went back to watch those.
I mean, I hear you saying that now, that's what sent it over the edge. But just speaking to you for a month or however long it's been, hearing him speak to you, how he was in that room and how he talked to you, and I know that he has these ways of persuasion and manipulation and making you feel this way. But if you honestly went back and looked at those, the way he was speaking in those was like turning my stuff and making me angry, just at how he speaks in front of you. But I don't know if you felt it or heard it, just because you were in the situation so deep that it didn't affect you. But
yeah, it didn't when I was up there. I mean, it didn't affect me when I was up there. I mean, I didn't even think about it or anything. And I mean, I haven't looked at gone back and looked at anything. But from what I'm seeing and hearing now, then now I can see what was happening and what was going on. Now.
Yeah. I can just feel it. And on the positive note, man, like when you're talking in the beginning or hearing your voice on when he did when you're just on his scopes and whatnot, to hearing you now, you sound like a man of growth, like a man that's, has some confidence and is building something. I enjoy hearing it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are telling me. Everybody's been Snapchatting me and everything, telling me that they can tell. I mean, yeah, I can't tell the difference, so I don't know. But yeah, everybody's been telling me that.
Oh, I missed one. Where? That's the one I really wanted to know. Where was it about? Basically, when he made you do the confession video, did he make you lie on those? Did he make you guys lie on those, or how did that confession video work?
Yes, I had to. Yes, he.
Did he give you a script or something?
No, I had. Well, I went on there and started, and then before every time before we went on, he would say something, give some kind of point or something, and try and move it in that direction. But as you see in some of them, when I started talking and I would say something, do something, then he would either move in or interject or something to change it to another way. But yeah, oh yeah, he would sit there when we go on sometimes and want to know what we're talking about. Well, you'd see that the one YouTube I did while I was there. That I was doing. I was in the bedroom. I was in the bedroom doing it. Kate was videoing it. He was in the other room. And I mean, I was just saying stuff, and everything was going good, and paying attention. Everybody was talking. Well, apparently, I guess he got jealous or something, because then that's when he came in. He's like, "Okay, we need to shut down." I mean, I was having a good time talking to everybody. See, that's the thing. I'll talk to anybody. I don't worry about it. I don't do like he does and worry about every darn comment and worry about. I mean, I just read it and move on. So I mean, it's not like I don't sit there and obsess over every single word and what they say and do. It's like, okay, he said that.
Josh, let me cut you off. Sorry, buddy. Maggie, I didn't see it. She's going to try to call in. She's going to call in here. Let's see if we
that's fine.
See if she can have a little chat, because she's a little more educated than RyGuy. Hey, Maggie.
Hey, hi. Thank you so much. Josh, just real quick, you're doing a great job. We're all really, really proud of you.
Thanks.
The only reason that myself and Molly Taub are really, really that we really want to invest and make sure that you understand this, because what James is trying to do is set it up so that he can either scare you off the internet or isolate you and make you stop talking, because that's what he's trying to do. I can already see the pathwork that he's trying to lay out, and it is that he wants to go into whatever police office he can and file charges that you've either sexually trafficked, hurt Kate, or done something else. And if Kate goes along with it, despite there being no evidence, it will be a very ugly he said, she said battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that to happen to you at all. So you and I can speak. I have the numbers for the Kingston, PA Police Department or whomever else, and I will walk you through what happens. I will be with you if you want to do that. The only reason that I encourage you to file a police report is because you can go in there, file the police report, and tell them he, in retaliation, is going to say that I have done this. There's no way I could have done this because of I am whatever orientation, or anything else. So the reason that I'm saying that is because even if it doesn't hold water in court, it is terrifying to go to court if you don't have to. It's scary to even go into the police department. I don't want that to happen to you. You know, I hate Jimmy. I don't even hate him. I don't want you to be bullied when you are thriving and growing and really coming into your own. So that's why a lot of us are, especially Molly and myself, we just want to create a paper trail. We want to make sure that this happens. Yes, Tina Leroy, I am on my period. Thank you for asking. I just want to make sure that you know what's going on. That's all. So if you do feel comfortable with that, we can talk about that. I will message you my number or whatever you want so we can talk.
We can do that. That's fine.
Okay.
You know more about that stuff than I do, so.
I know that it sounds scary. I don't want to scare you. Listening to Jimmy today and the way he spoke about how he had to sleep outside your room, or he slept with one eye open, or did everything else.
He's always said that. He said that several times about court, saying when something would happen, he would say, well, if we go to court, then it won't stand up in court. And even if something does happen to me, I can go to jail for about 3 to 6 months and just be in there, and I'll come out and I'll be fine. But it'll be
because of all of his law schooling and whatnot.
Once again, I don't even know that he could find the correct police department to report shit in. So
no, he tried to do that when I was up there. That was when he had me call the police on myself for that.
Okay, that is exactly it. He could use that as
they thought I was crazy.
Well, the thing is, you're not, though. You aren't at all. You're very sane, but he will, and I mean this in the kindest way possible, he will make it sound like some 43-year-old guy who's bigger than he is, pressured him to allow him to do whatever you wanted with his girlfriend, and he will try and make it sound like you were the creep, and he will use the fact that you may have been uncomfortable in your own skin or other things, and the fact that he is a little bit glib, and he can definitely do certain things.
Yeah.
That I just don't want that to be the case at all whatsoever. So I will be on your side, like we all are. I will be ride or die. You know that I will go to bat and do everything I possibly can. So I just want to let you know, myself, Molotov is definitely, she sees patterns way quicker than anybody else does. She's definitely clairvoyant or some shit. So talk to her as well. But the only reason we're saying this is because he is definitely going to take advantage of the fact that he thinks you won't do anything. And because he believes that, that's why he will feel safe in doing something.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I agree with that.
You know? Okay, good. You're doing a great job. RyGuy, you're a great interviewer, and your parodies are so on point, they make me pit on my pants. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Eddie. I don't really have many more questions, Josh, but seriously, dude, look into that. I can just see the progress, Josh. I mean, you're doing great. So keep this up, man, and keep telling your story. And you have a big crowd behind you. You have a bunch of us. Obviously, you know I'm here for you, but there's a big community here, man. And I know that you had this connection at some point, but you can't let it continue of a man threatening your life and wishing death upon you. This can't continue. I think. Yeah. I think a call to the police or something, at least them contacting him, maybe something doesn't come out of it, but them talking to him and saying that can't happen. You don't need to be hearing someone wishing death upon you on a nightly basis. It's not healthy. Yeah. It's not something you need to go through. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, it's not. No, not even. All right, man. We did good. I made it through my first ever scope.
Good job. You're doing good. Good job.
Congrats on the new phone. Did you you bought all the things? You got everything straightened out today?
Yes, I did. I spent about an hour and a half trying to get everything fixed. So now if I can just remember my passwords, I'll be doing even better. So I can
get my... Josh made me a little nervous. He about an hour before said I can't get on Periscope or anything to get in. So I was a little terrified. All right, guys. I appreciate all of you for coming in, being supportive, and basically just helping me. Everyone, Bree, Molly, everyone, especially. I really appreciate it. So we can maybe do something like this again. I'm possibly thinking about, I'm going on a little fishing trip for 2 weeks. I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. But I'm possibly thinking about maybe going to his hometown and getting some interviews. I think we just need a little more backstory from people that were around there. Maggie brought great insight. The person she knows, they grew up with him. But I think if we get there, we can get...
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I kind of have a remote job as well sometimes, so I can maneuver around. So it's a possibility. But I appreciate it, guys, and I'll leave this up here. Josh, thanks again, brother. I'll shoot you a text here in a little bit. Okay.
That's good.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.
All right.